The Edinburgh Capitals arrived at Sheffield on the back of an 8-3 home loss to the Coventry Blaze on Saturday night, whilst the Sheffield Steelers 3-2 victorious over the Hull Stingrays in the Challenge Cup. The Edinburgh Capitals arrived in Sheffield short benched. Important that the Sheffield Steelers got on the board early. They did. Fine work from defenceman Mark Thomas. He feeds Jeff Legui, and Legui goes forehand backhand. He shoots, he scores past Edinburgh Capitals goalie Holland. Nice reverse angle. Nice replay, nice finish from Jeff Legui. The Steelers had to wait another 10 minutes to get their second goal and double their advantage. Flath to Finnerty, and Finnerty found Lee Esders. Esders Johnny on the spot after good work from his line mates. Fourth goal of the season for Lee Esders. Right out in front, nothing Holland could do about that. Steelers led by 2-1. Finnerty off for tripping, power play for the Edinburgh Capitals, and Yarrelin continues his good run of form, putting the Caps on the board. I think Big John DeCaro will want this one back. You'll see it looks like he's got it and it just sneaks underneath him. A valiant last gasp effort from DeCaro, but he couldn't make it count. Into the second period, and a session that the Sheffield Steelers were to dominate, scoring 3 without reply. The first coming from the stick of Tom Squires, rather fortuitous. But good opportunism from the youngster. Just catches the back of the skate of Holland, and the Steelers led by 3-1. Burnstill and Clark picked up assists on this next Steelers goal, but it's all about the effort and the work of Jeff Legui. Given far too much time, all alone, he shoots, he scores short side on Holland, and Legui at 34-11 made it 4-1. Second of the night for Legui. You'll see it's just too simple for the Steelers. Hot shot forward, 4-1 they led. A bullet coming up from Rod Sarich. Big strike from Sarich. Again, you'll see on the reverse angle, just an absolute howitzer from Big Rod. This made it 5-1 with just 20 seconds to go before the end of the second period. Third period saw Jeff Woolhouse in goal for Ryan Finnerty's side. Woolhouse wasn't to concede in the final period. Sheffield were to add a 6th goal. Again, the first line of Legui and Ashley Tate. And Johnny on the spot this time was Neil Clark. He shoots, he scores his 11th of the season. Clark leads the Sheffield Steelers in all goals scored. And many of them just like that. Clark shoots, Clark scores. The Sheffield Steelers beat the Edinburgh Capitals 6-1. A great victory for Ryan Finnerty's side. After the game, we spoke to him and new forward RG Flath.
What's your first experience been like of British hockey?
Oh, it's been fun. It's been last weekend we got 2 big wins, and then this weekend we got another 2 wins. It sounds like we're moving right up in the standings. It's a lot of fun so far.
Tell us a little bit more about you. How did you end up here?
Well, the team in Denmark I was playing for is no longer able to pay 3 of the imports. So my agent, is friends with Ryan Finnerty, the coach, and they were looking for someone to fill in for Rammer, and I was available, so I flew over, and here I am.
Easy decision to make when you get that call?
Yeah, it was. I've heard great things about Sheffield, so as soon as they offered something, it was good to go.
Are you able to give them a bit of advice as well? It's not going to be long until you're heading off for the European Cup in Denmark. Are you able to fill them in a bit on what to expect?
Oh yeah, I played against Herning once, so they're a good team. I heard the Italy team's real good, so it's the European Cup. It's going to be good hockey. It's the best of all the leagues.
How's it compare the 2 brands of hockey here to Denmark?
In Denmark it's not as physical. Here, we got a little bit more rougher of a style, so it should be interesting to see how we match up.
How do you think you fitted in?
I think I fit in real well, and I work hard with Ryan and Ezzy, so I think we make a good line. We get the puck down low and we work it, so it seems to be working out right now.
Just finally looking back on tonight's game, how hard is it to keep going for the full 3 periods when this was probably in the bag at the end of the first?
It's one of those things that we had to build for next weekend. We have 2 big games next weekend, so we try and work for that.
How do you analyse this weekend from a Steelers perspective?
Well, we won 2 games. That was a goal at the start. In Hull we had good moments in Hull. We played good hockey, and we didn't consistently play that well. But at the end of the day, we grinded out the 2 points and a much needed 2 points for the Challenge Cup. And then there's not a whole lot to say about today. I thought the guys played well, and it was a pretty professional performance.
Has it allowed you perhaps to look at some different things the last couple of games?
Not really. I mean, I think we've kept it the same. We're rolling pretty well right now. We're winning and we're not playing well, which is which is good. At the end of the day, you know, we still have to get to that level that we were at in Coventry. I thought that was our best game, and that's kind of our benchmark for how we need to play. And you know, I think it was good that the guys got, you know, some guys got on the score sheet this weekend that needed to get going, and hopefully that will continue on Saturday. But you know, I think it was, all in all, it was a good weekend for us. You know, I think it was two different games, maybe a little bit more relaxed, and we tried some new stuff out and stuff like that. But you know, at the end of the day, I'm happy, I'm content to where we at.
Speaking with a couple of the injured guys, Jono, obviously the news is good on him. He's going to be back on the ice soon. But Mike Ramsey also hoping to be back, possibly even in time to get on with the European.
Yeah, I think, you know, Rammer had good news there last week. You know, they aren't going to cast it, so the doc was pretty pleased with his progress. So, you know, I think we'd love to have him back for the competition, but we're not going to rush him back. If he feels ready, then we'll obviously play him, but we're not going to rush him back.
Nottingham are a side that are going to be hurting going into the fixture Saturday night. They've lost on Saturday. They were taken to a shootout by Fife this evening. How do you expect them to come out? Are you going to expect some kind of reaction?
Yeah, of course. I mean, whatever has happened aside, to both clubs, and when we clash, it's going to be a completely different ball game. And I mean, we're already talking about that game. We're already focused for that game right now. You know, they gave it to us in 2 in a row that we haven't forgotten about, and you know, we need to go in there and prove that we belong and prove that we can play with those guys. And like I said, they may be a hurting club right now, but they'll definitely be up for it and ready to go.
Is this a statement weekend from the Sheffield Steelers coming up where you do have to get a result against Nottingham?
You don't want to say that. I mean, we need to play the way we can play. We need to play the way we can play. And again, that benchmark that we played in Coventry is a good example. And you know, I'm not going in saying it's do or die and stuff like that, but we need to play. Like I said, if we play the way we can play, the result will take care of itself. And that's something we've preached, and we haven't played well against them. We haven't even come close to playing well against them. So we have to bring our A game and see where we're at with them.